Morning guys, we're just going to meet Farah London. Just pulling up in a black taxi, which is great. Get the cab, there we go. Pride of the fleet, London black cabs, there we go. That's Farah in the yellow, and I'm Jodie. So we're just going to wait for her to come in. We're going to meet and greet and do some questions and answers. My mother is a licensed black taxi driver who's not worked since last March. Now, I noticed when you arrived in a licensed London taxi.
I always use a black cab.
How, if you was elected mayor, how would you support the black cab trade that has seen their living decimated for the benefit of a multinational corporation that pays hardly any tax in this country, i.e. Uber? We know there is a market forces, but the people who study the knowledge do it off their own back. They're not paid to do it. They're the most heaviest licensed, the most strictest vehicles to drive, and yet they are penalised and punished for providing the service that they provided to London for hundreds of years, and that's enshrined in an Act of Parliament. What would you do to help promote the black cab trade?
So our black cab trade, it's iconic, it's our history, it's been going on since the 1600s. What the current mayor has done is he's put a nail in their coffin. He's really made it difficult for them, and I speak to them on a daily basis. So absolutely, number one, let's remove these road restrictions. Where buses go, black cabs go. Again, we need to also make sure that we return the 15-year license back. However, I'm taking it a step further. If you have electric black cab, you're going to get a 20-year license, because if your car can pass the emissions, there's no reason why it shouldn't be on the road. I am giving higher grants for them to go electric. However, it's about also rewarding the people who have been doing it for so many years. Like you said, they put a minimum 4 years, some 3, into this. Some of them lose their families, get divorced, it's not paid for. So what I want to do, if you've been in a trade for more than 40 years, I speak to drivers who've been doing it for more than 40 years, but they're driving a diesel because they say, at my age, let's be realistic, am I going to get a loan for £65,000?
No.
I'm retiring in 6 years. So what I want to do is reward them and loan them an electric taxi for free through the fleet companies. And then it's a way of saying thank you for your service. When they retire, they can return it back to the fleet. But it's about empowering our black cabs again. They are the best in the world. They are the safest.
Yeah.
And
Partitioned.
absolutely. Why was the NHS contract given to Uber? I still don't understand what went on there. Maybe some corruption, who knows? But all I can say, maybe. I'm being optimistic. All I can say is I'm not going to let that stuff happen. And we do have too many private hire, and that's because no one's restricted the licenses. Yes. So I think it's time to restrict the licenses.
It's about the money they get from each license.
Well, in 2019, we had around 80,000 private hire on our roads. We're talking about congestion and pollution. This is a good place to start.